Uh, I just attempted to do the forward roll on the floor a couple of times. That's why the phone was where it was, and I think I need to go back and practice on the mattress again, just to get used to the feeling on a soft surface before I move on to going back to doing it on the floor. Get that out of frame. What's this? Oh, okay. I plan to make this a short one so that I can really focus on making today another golden, another day that I do golden. In other words, I want to make this a short episode so I can focus on making today another day that I believe my efforts have been golden. Even though I woke up later than ideal, but with that experience in mind, we now have both sides of how I like the day to go in terms of when I wake up and get up, and the other side of that. In my head, I'm just thinking, what happened? I was just about to tell myself, why can't I do the forward roll on the floor? I can, I just need to get used to it. There's no such thing as I can't remember. You have to keep reminding yourself that. See? No such thing as I can't. Oh. I'd like to do one of those things where you do the back roll, and then you kip up at the same time. So it's like you backward roll and then you kick your feet up so that you finish the move stood up. That just looks really cool. I want to do kip ups as well. I actually tried doing them a while ago. I don't remember how many years ago, but I did. I also did a lot of freestyle tricks in my back garden in the old home during my teenage years, around like 14 to 16, for example. I actually remember getting 600 kick up reps. Yes, I did count for that long. When it came to football, I love football. Loved football. Without realizing it, this could be the time for a deep talk. So, yeah, when I was a child, both single digits to maybe about 13 when middle school finished, I loved playing football. Loved playing football. I remember, even though I may have not got the ball that much from my memory, my freestyle tricks would be they'd be alright. I could do a round the world. I could kick the ball up high in the air, as every child could. I could run up the wing. I actually remember running, I remember in my middle school field, one time I was running up the left wing, and in my head I was playing the Call of Duty Ghost music when Elias and Rourke are friends, but it's the starting point of that mission where they're in the helicopter. That's the music, that's the theme tune I was playing in my head. In my head, I was just thinking, those are good times. If I just carried that on, I don't think I knew I could take it more seriously, or I wasn't even thinking of it. But I'm going to contradict myself and say that when I was 9, we were, in my primary school, we were asked, what do you want to be? And I said, I want to be a footballer. And in my head, I was thinking of saying this just as something to say so that I had an answer. But maybe I genuinely did. Maybe at that age, from all the way up to 13, or at least up to 9 years old, I may have genuinely had the urge to be a footballer, which I undermined. Could I be a world-class footballer now? Hey. Could I be? There's this one guy who owns a chip shop that I know that said he actually used to be semi-pro, and people that are in their very late teens to very early 20s don't have a chance in becoming footballers on the premise that you've just started thinking, oh, I want to do this, because you're just way too old. Usually they recruit from anywhere, like to become a world-class footballer, apparently they recruit for anywhere like 5 to 14, get them very young. That sounds very paedophile-like, but I don't mean it in that way. Train them from a very young age, and then let them do their thing. Well, let them be superstars. They'll have enough time to not only have enough experience of a world-class elite professional, but still be have a lot of physical youth. But would I want to be a footballer? Would I want to be a world-class footballer? No. I'd like to kick ball, but be a world-class footballer? No. I don't want to be a world-class footballer, because with any sort of sport, you have to retire. I don't have to retire. I don't have to retire doing this. I never have to think about retiring. Not in this anyway. Not if I don't want to. I can always have some way to be able to create something. It actually reminds me of Stan Lee. It could be because I make projects the size of movies, or the length of movies, but also because he was doing it for so long, all the way up until death. And I want to head that way. I can see myself heading that way, doing this some way, somehow, all the way until I die, all the way until the day I die. I never have to retire. I'm always going to be doing some form of exercise, some way, somehow. I never have to retire from this. That's so freeing. That's the sort of freedom I I would never be able to get from doing world-class football or any other sport to a world-class standard. I'd have to retire eventually. I'd have to stop doing it to that standard eventually. I never have to do that. I can always be doing something. Even if you do go through the world-class sportsman route, that is the case. You still can do something, but not to the level you were once at. That's just not the case with exercise. That's not the case with calisthenics. There will never be a time I run out of things to talk about either. Never. There'll always be something, because I just talk about what I'm going through in these videos, and I speak about what I've lived and what I'm working through. If it comes to just what I'm setting my eyes on, yeah, in terms of goals, aspirations, aims, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's very freeing in my opinion, that I never have to retire. I can always, no, I will always, I do and will always have something to say, and I'll always have something to do and exercise. My body's a temple, and it's only right that I take care of it. Speaking of, I haven't stretched. Let's stretch. I can't remember the last time I stretched on this journey. The last time I stretched was yesterday, but that's because we went through the cardio workout with a in-training personal trainer, and that personal trainer was David. David understands that you gotta stretch. But why do you have to stretch? I'd like to say maintain mobility, but I haven't really done my own research. In order to feel more comfortable on the floor, I think I'm going to need many more cushions than what I've got at the moment. I'll get my pillows. I'll get more pillows. Hold on. Alright. Feet hip width apart. Place your hands far away from you, but keep your arse up. Tuck your chin in. Bend down, and then kick your feet up as you do it. I went diagonally a bit there, I think, so I can focus on going straight. I could also focus on when I flip, make sure my head doesn't touch the floor, doesn't touch the mattress. Yeah, we'll do that. Even though it may have slightly regressed, my abilities to do the forward roll are much more proficient than they once were when I started on day 100, when I started again on day 100. Expect the results to grow like a graph. my head I was just thinking, did I do the forward roll on the floor too few times? No. I'd in fact say, if anything, I overdid it because my head was hitting the floor so many times that I was on my way to getting a headache if I had carried on. So no. I know what it's like to do on the floor. I think I just need to do it with my head not touching the floor on the mattress before I go and do this again. But I've got more comfort with me as well, so that will help. I've got more pillows and I'm actually using the rug folded up to help as well with padding to make me feel more comfortable. Oh, I in fact can roll up the mat that I have here as well. I have this one. This actually is one of my mats, not the pink one. The pink one's one of my sister's mats. She's been on the ground though. And I know this has got dirt on it. I'll be putting dirt on the pillowcases as well. Nah, never mind. That therefore means as I'm about to do the full roll, I'm also going to put dirt on this. No, actually, I'm going to wash my hands. Fuck it. I just saw a car park outside the driveway just now. It's like amygdala. When in reality the guy was coming out with a smile on his face. Massive smile actually. Positioning myself a bit more to the left, so not so close to the wall. That was pretty smooth. I'm certainly further on my way to being ready to do it on the floor again. After that one, yeah. That hurt my back that a bit. Right in the centre of my spine. I might be ready now. Let's try one more. One more. I just thought I'm ready. After that one, I just thought I'm ready, but one more. just then, when I had my feet on the wall, I was thinking, I don't think my forward roll on the mattress is going to improve any further unless I very specifically focus on not doing the forward roll without my head touching the floor. I don't think it's going to improve any further than that. I keep on telling myself I think I'm ready to do it, so I'm gonna have to listen. I'm gonna try it once here, see how it goes. If it makes a lot of noise when I do the roll, then I'll probably pit somewhere else. I'll go downstairs. That's better. At the moment, I've just been setting up pillows for me to do the forward roll. Let's take you down. I've got this thin one pillow where my feet is. Then this is another one of those same types of pillows. And you've got a memory pillow to make it feel more comfortable when I put my head on the floor. And then I like the soft feeling of the pillow, hence I put this at the top. And I'll put these cushion rug to, in a sense, beef up this pillow in terms of beef up how big it is, because the bigger it is, the more padding there is. No, the more there is below this, the more padding there is, so the more comfortable it will feel as I do the forward roll. I have tried switching the order of these things around, and I don't like the feeling of this on my head. I think I prefer the more softer feeling of the pillow. Alright. Move this a bit further back so that my hands can more easily plant in the center of the second set of pillows. So this one's the first set where I'm putting my feet to begin with. Second set, memory foam pillow, and then normal pillow. And then third set, which you can see, rug, thin cushion, and then pillow, thin pillow. That was much easier than expected. In my head I was thinking, you know, if I don't do this, it's okay, because this is 4 to 12 years potentially worth of mental blocks that I'm undoing, so if I couldn't do it, it's okay. But no, that went much better than expected. I thought I would have thumped on the floor, but no, it actually went really smoothly, and The padding is, yeah. That memory foam pillow, oh my gosh. Would you look at that? When I told myself, I think I'm ready, I listened, and now I'm back to it after a few goes. Now let's try and see without anything below my feet, just the mat. That could have happened because I was going too slow into it, maybe. It was like my body didn't know what was going on. I was like, hey, what is this? You need to lift both feet up at the same time instead of one. Because even though I was lifting one leg up at one time, I know, my body knows, I know I can do it. So it's like I was going in, but not completely. I was committing, but not completely, maybe. Not because I was feeling fear, but maybe it's because I'm just getting used to this. I don't know. I was gonna say I've never done it with just the mat below my feet, but that's not true. I did it without anything below my feet other than the mat yesterday. So yeah. Oh, maybe this is too much padding. Yeah, that's the second time it's happened now. Maybe that's just too much padding plus my ability. Combine that with my current ability. My improving ability, but my current ability. Maybe my hands and feet were way too far away from each other. Maybe that's why that was happening. Let's try it like this with my feet closer to my hands. Yeah, that was better. Maybe that's what it was. Even though my body dumped to the floor, I need something here as well. Right, I've added this so that my body doesn't thump on the floor when I've come down. Because this is where my lower back reaches once I've gone through the motion of the forward roll. set up. One thing I'd also say is, when you have come around, keep your feet close together with you. Don't use compactness. Off camera just then, just before pressing the record button again, I did a forward roll, and I was going to start off this clip by saying, I think in terms of a forward roll in which I land on my head, there's only one more thing I'd say for myself, and that's to, as I did in the forward roll off camera, to keep, as you kick your legs over your head, make sure that they're compact, curled up instead of extended, like how I was doing earlier on in the video. That's all I'd say. And then once that becomes fluid, then I forward roll without my head touching the floor. After that becomes fluid and fluent and consistent, then I do that plus stand up with flair. Like I'm visualizing myself when I stand up. I have my hands out like this, like, yes, I did this, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you. That's how I visualize myself doing it, just this part. But then I just thought of me bowing just now, very quickly on the spot. I also visualize myself just now putting a face as to say, oh, look at me, I'm so elegant. Oh, look at me, I did this so elegantly. That's what I see, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah, keep your legs, when you kick your feet over you, keep it compact, yeah? It's like this instead of like that. That's number one. And then number two, get comfortable with that. Do that over and over again. And once you've done that, or once I've done that, I'm ready to get that 100% forward roll unlocked. And how do I do that? I do that by forward rolling without my head touching the floor effortlessly. So I do the motion fluidly without my head touching the floor. I stand up, and then I, with dignity pose, I bow. That wasn't a dab, by the way, that was actually a bow. Dabs like that, that's been and gone. I'm gonna take my socks off. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Look at that. A bit of lint from the sock. Hoi. Look at these toes. Ladies, you like these toes? You like these toes, ladies? Have I had a shower? No. But even still, my feet are looking pretty clean. Even though I haven't had a shower. Ladies, you like this? You like these toes? Give a high five. Any lint on this one? Yep. Imagine a planking journey. You've come to see planks, but here I am, not only one, learning how to do the forward roll, but two, cleaning my toes. There's no need to have dirty toes out here with lint attached to it. Like how, quote unquote, friends with benefits can have feelings attached. Is that going to be me in the future? Having many friends with benefits? You know what? In a dating sense, when it comes to the dating thing, high five with the feet, ladies. Oh shit, the lint. Wait, hold on. Yeah. When it comes to dating, I plan to just go up, as in go up the ladder if I were in my head, I was just thinking, yeah, it would go from stranger to acquaintance, acquaintance to friend, friend to more than, then more than to just seeing each other. Like when I say more than friends, I mean like the in-between stages. Getting to know each other because we're interested in dating each other, that sort of thing. But it's up to me to really do my research when it comes to dating, not only in terms of seduction, but in terms of knowing like what sort of STDs are out there, how to put a condom on, like knowing what I'm doing in the bedroom, at least doing some research, and knowing about STDs and where our want to have sex would come from. I've been saying this would come from a hardwired need to have children, and because having children means that our genes pass on to somebody else, we are further stimulated and we feel rewarded when we do this through pleasure, because that further encourages us to want to do that same action over and over again. I want to go more into that and how much dopamine we experience, like how the body works as the process of sex is happening, like foreplay and leading up to it, like what's going on in not only the body of a man but the body of a female as well. Also knowing about like body language and knowing what girls mean versus what they say. I can tell from Primetime Hitler's content that girls usually speak very subtly. They don't speak like fucking demons. Like if they want to have sex with a guy with Prime, they're not like, I want a dick. No, I want no. They're not like that. Like they're not like, hey yo boss man, I want my cheeks clapped. I'll pay you a tenner. What are the odds? What are the odds a girl? That'd be funny as hell if a girl actually said that to me. Would I have sex with her that night? I don't know about that. Speaking of, again, I think I'd have to make my own checklist as to what the girl has to do in order for me to think, you know what? I not only like her, but I actually, if we were to have sex, I don't mind this woman being the mother of my potential child. She must pass that test before I go and have sex with her. Because if shit does go south and not as planned, and she doesn't want to abort the child, then what's going on? Oh, that reminds me, child support, learning about child support and the laws of who can control if the child, whether the child gets aborted. I think, it's a two-way street. Both of you have equal say, but do you really? You're not the one holding the baby inside of you, so I'm not sure how that legally works and all of the rules to child support and that. Don't know much about law. Talking about it's the start though. For a while, I've been wanting to learn about law and human rights, just in case I know my human rights, that if some police officer was trying to chat shit, that I know my human rights, and I know all of them just like that. So I can protect myself. Just like with fighting, with physical fighting, boxing, taekwondo, judo, other martial arts such as karate. Knowing law, in a sense, in my perspective, a view of things, that'd be me that'd be me training myself, not for a physical battle, for something that could turn out to be a physical battle, but for a mental battle, if anything. Knowing how to, I was going to say know how to talk to the police, but to speak to them in a friendly way, and if you think that they're up to some stuff, just call it out straight up. I actually got stopped by police once. They just stopped me on the street. I saw them stop another person before as well. They were just stopping people on the street, I think. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just walking. I was just walking down the street, and then they stopped me. Undercover cops, and they showed me their police badge. They did show me their badge. But I just like to know all of my rights and make sure I know what I'm talking about, if that ever were to happen again. I'm in complete control. I feel in complete control of the forward roll now. I'm certainly going to do it this same way a few times though. Reason being, I just want to make sure I feel really ready before I'm going. Learn how to do it without my head touching the floor at all. Not that it will be much different, but just want to make sure that yeah, I feel ready. I think I'll just know. I've moved this first pillow a bit closer to the second set. Keep myself more compact. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah. I think a few more times and I'll feel more than ready to learn how to do the forward roll without my head touching the ground first. I think I'll keep the mats though. It seems like the closer your feet are to your hands, the easier it is. And the further away, the more difficult it is, because the closer your feet are to your hands, the more you can stay curled up like a ball. The further, the inverse. The further they are, the inverse. Okay. Let's actually see, if you follow her tip, putting your feet right next to your hands, let's see how that goes. Whoa. It was like my legs had no other space to go, hence I twisted my knees out. I tipped over so fast. It was like, what was going on? Oh, okay. I prefer this style in which I'm going. That was actually kind of fun. I was going to say I prefer this style when I go slower, so I can practice on control. But going fast was actually kind of fun. Physically uncomfortable because I have to stretch my knees out, but it's not slightly uncomfortable because my knees don't really have much else place to go because the elbows are in the way. But other than that, big deal. But I'm gonna put my feet slightly further away, like how I did last time, to do the forward roll more control. Look at that. I'm gonna put, let's see, I'm gonna lift this up a bit so you can actually see me forward roll. You can see me forward roll a bit more, instead of just seeing a lot of this cover. I might be ready after this last one. I've got to watch that Eric from CauseI'mABeast.com video about how you can forward roll without your head touching the ground. I think one more and then I'll be ready. I'll feel ready to do it. Because I'm doing it with so much control at this point, I think it's time to move on. Yeah, it's time to move on. Oh, let me stand up and do it, hold on. Let me stand up and do it for the first time. No, do it and then stand up for the first time. Let's do it. Come on. Ooh. I'm gonna practice that a few times actually. I think from these last couple of times, I'm now naturally on my way to start putting my head on the floor as I do the forward roll less. You can tell I've improved. I'm standing up after doing them. I can tell I've improved. Oh yeah. Not only that, but I now have a solid setup that I can trust. Cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I was doing. Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, how elegant, how elegant. We're nearly there. Nearly there, we're nearly there. I've just got to do it without putting my head on the floor. We are nearly there because I've been able to do it while standing up and say, look at me, yes. So, nearly there. I just got to do it without my head touching the floor at all, but I'm certainly on the way there. My forward roll ability has become more fluent than ever. It could be because I'm tucking my chin in a bit more than I was before, earlier on in the session. Maybe that's why, because I know I'm doing it more. I'm making more of an effort to tuck my chin in. On a side note, I've just shaved. Look, ingrown hairs are there less. I've been telling myself that they really are going down and it's now more obvious than ever that they are. I followed my dad's advice, something in which he did very much succeed in. He's been able to keep his face, especially below his neck, very, very clean and ingrown hair free. So well done to him for that. Well done to him for that. And he gave me a piece of advice about getting rid of ingrown hairs, which is to shave very consistently every other day, he said. And I've been taking that advice, and it seems like, even on camera, from what you can see, look, compare it to other days. I don't know the times I've previously shown what my ingrown hairs look like around my neck, but I know I've done it before. And especially around here where the Adam's apple is, that's also gone down, because I knew that's where the biggest loads of spots were, because I'd shave around the Adam's apple more lightly because it's a lot more sensitive. Obviously, I really don't want to hurt myself there, because if I were to hurt myself there, it would be quite severe probably. So yeah, I was saying, when it comes to the forward roll, it is smooth, but I want to work towards putting my head forward rolling without my head touching the floor. So when I do these forward rolls, I don't get a headache. I don't get a headache. It's time that I start learning from the videos. I pick up the videos again and learn how to do a forward roll without your head touching the floor. I've watched it once in the past from Eric from I'mABeast.com, but it's time to watch it again. So that's what I'm gonna go and do, get the tablet set up and play the video. I was just having thoughts of being able to plant my leg around my neck for both legs, and be able to maybe do both one at a time and two at a time, and be able to do many other crazy, insane looking yoga poses, and just be further on the way to being more flexible, having a more flexible body, working towards having a more flexible body. But I'm not gonna do any sexually implicit poses. I'm not interested in making this channel look like fitness ladies. Yeah, they're doing whatever they're doing just to be able to get some clicks. Maybe not. What are the odds that they don't see their content as sexually implicit? I doubt that. I think they're using the fact that they're female to their advantage, using the fact that they're female and they look like they're in good shape. So from a physical standpoint, they'd have sexually desirable characteristics, especially when you try and enhance them by getting into positions that show your ass off a lot more and have your ass in the thumbnail, in the center of the thumbnail. And even those guys, they're more consistent than me, but I wouldn't want to be consistent in making sexually implicit videos. I'd much rather just carry on doing these videos and actually improving. I can have sex, that's fine, but doing sexually implicit poses on YouTube just to get some views, like, come on. Are they doing it? Are they doing those sexually implicit poses just to get some views? I don't know. I'm not them, and I'm not in their circle. I mean, I don't think they may not even speak English. So I don't know, but like, oh my god, like, oh, you can't see the hair flick. Oh, there you go, mate. That was Alicia Dickinson. But anyway, this yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing sexually implicit poses where. How do you even do that as a man? As a female, it makes sense, yeah. Look like you're about to take dick. But how do you do that as a man? How do you do that? I genuinely don't know. But yeah, I just had the thought of doing that, and I just might. I said I was going to get the tablet set up, but the tablet's not in this room, and I just picked the more convenient option of going for the laptop. I typed in how to forward roll without head touching the mat. Yep, that's fine. How to forward roll without head touching the mat. And I got this guy. He was just a very tiny scroll down. And I remember, I genuinely think in the past I've watched this guy. And for context, this is the document that I was talking about, which I'm wanting to work on in that. Yeah, so I picked this guy because I thought I've watched him in the past, because I was watching martial art videos, which I think he made, which I think Ando made in the past. But I'm not going to actually watch the video now. Only reason being, I want to do these videos. No, I'm not going to watch the video any further. Reason being, I want to perform the forward roll from a gymnastics perspective, as I have been doing, instead of from a self-defense perspective. Even though I can tackle that later on, I don't want to tackle that right now. However, I am interested in martial arts. I do have interest in martial arts, working my way up towards a black belt in Taekwondo, which I know I can do, as we have the facilities within the town to do that. Within the area, town, city. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, wait, hold on. Did I just subscribe to him? I was meant to. No, I want to. Yeah. Hold on, let me go. I'm following Eamon Gadsey's tip of having only subscribed to 10 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, I'm subscribed to 12. Nope. I'm unsubscribing from High Octane Calisthenics, not because I dislike the channel, but instead because I've already got Grow Through Calisthenics. So I've basically got 2 channels for the same thing. Big up James and big up JD. Yeah, big them up. I'm not unsubscribing because I dislike their content. It's just I'd much rather just have the 10 subscribers and keep my subscriber list nice and compact. I might have to unsubscribe from Jason Sung as well, because I don't actually really watch his videos, but it's about learning. I don't know. This is my subscriber list, by the way, for my second account. This is the Red Pill account that I made, but I've deleted all the videos for. Yeah, look at that. So that's just the martial arts. Right now, I genuinely could unsubscribe from Justin. Reason being, because I don't actually really watch his videos. His videos come up in my feed and I give him impressions, but I don't watch his videos, honestly. I'm going to unsubscribe from one person before I go back to doing these forward rolls. So we have to go through all of the reasons why I'm actually subscribed to these people. So Javier Mercedes, if that's how you pronounce your name, I don't actually know. But what are the odds? I say, if you actually do see this video in the future, let me know. Let me know how you pronounce it. So there's him, Therapy in a Nutshell. Sorry. I wanted to use this to explain why I'm actually I've subscribed to all of these channels. So Javier Mercedes, I've subscribed for video editing purposes, because he shows videos on Adobe Premiere Pro and how to use all of the things that Adobe Premiere Pro has to offer, and I'm interested in using that program to make these videos even higher quality. Therapy in a Nutshell for mental health, Knees Over Toe Guy for flexibility, Justin Sung for how to learn, First Man, and Alex Hormozi to show that you can do it, Ronald L. Banks for money, Project Life Mastery, a combination of both, I'd say, like money, showing that you can do it. When it comes to making, for example, Amazon sort of making Amazon businesses. Ivan Juric, because he's in it just like me. We may be in very different life circumstances. I mean, he's in the UK, I'm in the UK, he's in Australia. He's a nurse. I'm on the way to making this something in which I employ myself from. So it seems like we are in quite different life situations.
he's following his second dream of being a nurse instead of being a basketball player, because he didn't want to half-ass he didn't want to half-ass between the basketball and the I think it was because he didn't want to half-ass between the basketball and the nursing thing. I remember him saying past a certain point he gave up, but don't quote me on that. I don't remember how he said it word for word. I don't remember. Grow through calisthenics, again, just to show like you can do it, you can achieve what you want. And then Ando, who I've just subscribed to now for martial arts, because I'm interested in martial arts and boxing, so that I can defend myself. As far as I'm concerned, it's an essential life skill. And not only that, but again, I want to work my way up in the Taekwondo ladder. Just get a black belt and become more than proficient, advanced in those sorts of things. I'd meet many people along the way, and I'd be able to grow as a person the way I'd want. Okay, so I actually thought I was going to unsubscribe from Justin, but I instead unsubscribed from Alex. Reason being, I subscribed to his channel in the first place to make it a note of it in my feed, or my subscriptions list rather, that there was this video that I could watch of him talking about how you could become a millionaire. I watched it for a few seconds during this time, and then I subscribed to the channel to make a note of it, and I just don't use that channel anymore. It's just a short burst of instant, you could call it instant gratification. It's just, I haven't really learned anything from him. Not because his advice is useless, although I could think it is if I actually took the time to digest what he's saying and question it, and therefore apply it to my advantage. But I'm not doing that anymore, and I understand I'm not doing that, so I've unsubscribed from his channel. In other words, I've unsubscribed from his channel because the reason why I subscribed to his channel in the first place, I'm not actually fulfilling. It completely, just watching his content has completely gone against the purpose of wanting to actually watch those sorts of videos about learning how to become a millionaire. If I, in the future, want to subscribe to his channel again because I actually think I'll use his content and apply it to my advantage, then okay, fine. But for now, I've unsubscribed. All right, let's get back to it. Yep, I'm in the setup, so yeah, I've made this setup. Let's now do this. I didn't actually expect this video to be this long. I thought it was only going to be a short one, but here we are. Oh, look at that. Oh, look. Wait. Oh, look at that. Oh, how to dive roll. Hold on. Can you see that? I might have to do that, you know. I wonder if this lady can teach you how to forward roll without your head touching the mat. But yeah, look at this. Look at, oh, that lady, by the way. Yeah. How to dive roll. Oh man, you're joking. Yeah. That is cool. That is cool. Okay. I'm gonna watch Brazil Gymnastics because I've watched her video in the past, and I want to see if she. Yeah. I've just seen it. She doesn't touch, her head doesn't touch the floor when she just did that roll there. So I think it'd be valuable for her to learn from her video again, seeing as that's where I've started, and it allows me to fulfill my aim of being able to forward roll without my head touching the floor. So let's get to it. Dive roll, you know, dive roll. Oh. So it starts off silent, and then it just out of nowhere just gets loud because she starts explaining.
To start your forward roll, you're going to take your feet about hip width apart so that there's a little bit of space between your knees. From there, you're going to lower yourself, squatting down to the floor, setting your hands directly in front of you. You're going to lift your hips back up in the air, coming into a bear position, and then walking your toes as close to your hands as you can possibly get them. This is important because the more your hips and your glutes are over, get them. This is important because the more your hips and your glutes are.
It makes sense. It seems like she makes it, just by looking at how she does her roll, it looks like she makes it a priority to land right on the back. Oh, can you see that? If I twist like this, then you may be able to land here instead of landing with your landing on your head. It seems like she makes it a priority to land right just below the nape of her neck, right on the very, very top of the back, where the back and neck connect. So yeah, and obviously she's keeping her as she rolls, she keeps her body compact and curled up like a ball.
Get them. This is important because the more your hips and your glutes are over your hands or your lever point, the easier your roll is going to be.
Wait, hold on a sec. What was that?
Your hands or your lever point, the easier your roll is going to be.
It's like she does something with her shoulder. It's like she does something with her shoulders just before she starts the motion. It's like she sets her. It's like she locks herself in place, and then she goes in the motion.
If your hips are too far back.
All right. So yeah. Okay. Seems like I've got to make it a priority to land on the very tip of my back. And she has some space between her feet and hands, just like how I do. It's like she does this, kind of like a push-up, like a pike push-up a little bit. And then she tucks her chin in and then she goes for it. I just know I've got to do something different in order to land on my back instead of on my neck or my head. It's kind of like this. She's doing this and then she rolls. I felt the left side of my abs tense there. I might have to learn this tomorrow. I might not be able to achieve this today. But it's my forward roll certainly has improved and it's become a lot more effortless. It's so much more smooth than it was yesterday. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick plank here and there and then I'm gone. I feel it more in my lower abs than anything, particularly my left side. Alright, I'm done. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves and those that precious souls. Peace.